forward to going back. I just want to explore more. I want to stay longer and just see what happens next.
You'd be like, you know what, I'm relocating from South Africa to come stay.
I think it's safe to say I'm not going back again. It's been so hard, I won't lie. There were times where I would like literally cry myself to sleep and just be like, why me?
You will go everywhere, part of the whole world. Nobody will molest. You go free. Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, my
Proudly Nigerian woman, so I don't want people to feel like she only feels Nigerian just because, you know, she was offered an opportunity. I've always been proudly Nigerian, and I'll still be proudly Nigerian as well. And I've always felt Nigerian from the moment that I was born. It's not just because of the opportunity that was presented to me, and I think people who have known me will see that I've always embodied that spirit of being a pure, proudly Nigerian woman. So I don't want people to feel like she only feels Nigerian just because, you know, she was offered an opportunity. I've always been proudly Nigerian, and I'll still be proudly Nigerian as well.
The legal representative of former Miss Universe Nigeria first runner-up Chidimma Adetshina has come under renewed public scrutiny over her simultaneous role as a member of Department of Home Affairs Immigration Advisory Board, IAB, prompting questions about whether the arrangement presents a conflict of interest. Immigration attorney Stephanie Disaudi Dabandi has been at the forefront of Adetshina's legal battle against the Department of Home Affairs, representing the beauty queen as the department seeks to revoke her South African identity documents and pursue deportation proceedings. The dual role has sparked public debate, with some questioning whether an advisor to the department can ethically represent a client in legal action against the same institution. However, South African law provides a clear distinction between the advisory functions of the Immigration Advisory Board and the operational responsibility of the Department of Home Affairs. Addressing the controversy, Disaudi Dabandi has maintained that every legal matter should be assessed on its own merits rather than through the lens of public opinion, and said behind every headline is a real person, a real family, and real legal issues that deserve to be heard fairly, she said in reference to the ongoing case involving Adetshina. Her involvement with the former Miss SA contestant dates back to August 2024, when Adetshina became the center of national debate over her citizenship status during the Miss South Africa pageant. Following intense public scrutiny and questions surrounding her eligibility, Adetshina withdrew from the competition. Since then, Disaudi Dabandi and her firm, Disaudi Dabandi Attorneys, have provided legal representation and public legal commentary as the dispute with the Department of Home Affairs intensified. Over the past 2 years, the legal battle has evolved from questions surrounding Adetshina's citizenship documentation into a high-profile immigration dispute. The matter reached a new level in 2026 after Home Affairs moved to revoke her identity documents and initiated deportation proceedings. At the same time, Disaudi Dabandi has continued serving as an independent member of the Immigration Advisory Board, a position she has held since her appointment on 1 April 2025 by Home Affairs Minister Dr. Leon Schreiber. The advisory board was reinstated by the government as part of broader efforts to strengthen and modernize South Africa's immigration system, with members selected for their expertise across the immigration and legal sectors. Despite public concerns, legal experts point out that serving on the Immigration Advisory Board while representing private clients in immigration matters is not prohibited under South African law. The Immigration Advisory Board was established under Section 4 of the Immigration Act 13 of 2002 and exists solely to advise the Minister of Home Affairs on broader immigration policy, legislative reforms, and long-term strategic issues. Importantly, the board has no executive or decision-making authority over individual immigration cases. Its members cannot approve or reject visa applications, revoke identity documents, issue deportation orders, or influence the outcome of specific administrative decisions taken by the Department of Home Affairs. Instead, the board's role is limited to providing independent policy advice aimed at improving South Africa's immigration framework. The Immigration Act specifically provides for the appointment of independent experts with recognized experience in immigration law and related fields. Although appointed by the minister, board members do not become employees of the Department of Home Affairs. They continue practicing in their private capacities while contributing their expertise to their advisory body. Legal observers note that prohibiting advisory board members from representing clients in disputes involving the department will significantly reduce pool of the experienced immigration practitioners available to advise government on policy reforms. As a result, the legislation was designed to accommodate professionals who continue to practice privately, provided they comply with the established ethical standards. Like members of many statutory bodies in South Africa, Immigration Advisory Board members are subject to strict governance and conflict of interest requirements. Should a matter arise before the board that directly relates to an active case handled by the Saudi, Dabandi or her law firm, she is required to formally declare the potential conflict and recuse herself from any discussions or recommendations concerning that issue. These recusal mechanisms are intended to preserve the integrity and independence of the board while allowing experienced legal professionals to contribute to national policy development. As Adetshina's legal battle with the Department of Home Affairs continues to unfold, attention is likely to remain focused not only on the outcome of the deportation proceedings, but also on the broader conversation surrounding governance, ethics, and the role of independent legal experts in advising government while continuing private practice. Meanwhile, Adetshina revealed to the court that she has no other home besides South Africa. The court, however, was shown documents proving that the 25-year-old can live in Nigeria. Adetshina also took it to her Instagram account and opened up about the state of her well-being currently amid ongoing legal woes. She wrote in the video that she is tired, burnt out and depressed. However, she will not give up and said, exhausted, yes. Burnt out, yes. Depressed, yes. Will I give up? No. She captioned the video. This is the first time that Adetshina has addressed the matter since her case began.
Everywhere, part of the whole world, nobody will moderate. Go free. Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.